News has made headway across these YouTube streets. And of course, I have to jump in here and give my 2 cents because I've been following the Diddy case for a while. We also have to talk about Destiny Payton of Love and Marriage Huntsville's arrest. Can't do this without you, so I definitely need you to subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, comment your thoughts below. Your way of contributing to this channel. Plus, it's free, so make sure you subscribe, like, and comment your thoughts below. Done enough research on Diddy to know that both men and women have had similar situations and circumstances. Can't help but think that everybody cannot be lying on him. So the moment that I saw the documents dropped of Cassie filing a lawsuit against Diddy, I never once doubted her story. But what's alarming to me is the information that's coming out about Kim Porter. Like any abuser, which Diddy isn't just any old abuser, let's be clear, because he has money, he has power, he is a scary person, and he could quite frankly get you deleted if you wanted to. After reviewing this footage, I'm sure most of us can all come to the same conclusion that, especially with knowing what all he has done in the past to prevent her from walking away, makes me wonder how many others, how many unknown people do we not know about? Last commentary concerning Diddy, I discussed the relationship between he and Kim Porter. Porter kind of left some breadcrumbs as to why she wanted to leave Diddy in the first place. My past commentary, I discussed with y'all what Kim had to say about why she wanted to leave Diddy and how erratic he would act against her. Now, while she didn't say right out that he was ABing her, all details that she gave us in that article would leave anybody to believe that she was telling us a little bit, but not all of what she was dealing with Diddy in the past, such as him calling her phone 56 times a day because she chose to leave. And I hope we know and understand that it takes victims at least 7 to 10 times to successfully leave a domestic violence situation. The thing about P. Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs is that notorious for tracking phones, wiretapping houses, following you around, putting detail on you to make for sure he know your every move. So she wasn't dating him. Look at what happened to Wendy Williams. The video footage is very disturbing and very hard for people who actually experience DV in real life. It's making it hard for them to even consume the tape, such as a woman by the name of D. Barnes who was viciously attacked by Dr. Dre. Question, tell me in the comments, do y'all think that the feds is responding to the diss tape that Justin Combs recently released? At diss tape, he stated that the feds went to the wrong house, pretty much taunting them, and then shortly after, boom, the tape. Always speculations about Diddy and his demeanor behind closed doors. Now, since Cassie has won that lawsuit, it appears that people are more comfortable and they feel a little bit more safe talking about their experiences, such as Kim Porter's friend, Cola Booth. So Cola Booth wrote this on Instagram. She did not hold back. She said, the Diddy thing is not a surprise, but it makes me remember the horrible way he treated my friend, Kim Porter, and how I've always silently held him responsible for her young unaliving. Rip Kim. What y'all saw in the video of Diddy, you know what, Cassie, was nothing. Always told, never assume you are alone, especially in public. So for him to be as comfortable to do what he did to Cassie in that hotel, I'm almost sure what Kim Porter and what Cassie and others experienced was way worse. Trigger warning. She says, we'll never forget the time he tried to make Kim lick Cassie's tampon, y'all. Always using Kim's race as a put down. Why can't I see him doing that? Y'all can remember, I watched Gina's interview through and through. Gina was a woman that Diddy once dated. She was very young. It's still up. Tasha K did the interview, and she was talking about her experience. And then Carisha responded. She called Gina a munch, right? And then she continued and said, Gina, you've been down bad ever since I came into the pit. I can read the rest, but isn't this giving the same energy? I'm speaking in reference to Cola saying that Diddy would put Kim down about her skin tone, which he's darker than her, which makes no sense. But anyways, energy-wise, it's given Carisha was more like Cassie may have been, and Kim Porter was more like Gina, right? Patterns. I can almost guarantee you Diddy is at the root of that. But Carisha, this is going to come back and bite you in your ass if you don't right your wrongs. I understand that you're being used as a pawn. You're going to have such bad karma for how you treated people over the years over this man that could give one fuck about you. It's me talking now, okay? When people are in relationships and they have shown you that they had bad patterns, reputations when it comes to men or women, you have to pay attention to the patterns, and most importantly, listen to what they're not telling you. It's always an excuse as to why they were forced to treat a person poorly, or they just can't hold themselves accountable and say what it is that they did wrong in that relationship. previous to you, a lot of the times they have something to hide. Don't believe it. Positive, but knowing Diddy's reputation, Carisha is probably catching hell. I can just assume she may not. Who knows? This message out. Somebody said, did you ever speak up for her or go to the police or to the FBI with this information? She said, no, be clear. I only met Kim Porter once at a charity event, but we chatted on the phone a few times and I believe everything Kim told me. Continues and she says, I have never forgotten. One time she was on the phone crying because she loved him so much she couldn't bring herself to leave him. I have to say, it's very disappointing to know that people stood around and did nothing. I'm not saying that this person did not. I'm just saying it's so interesting to me how people can sit around and watch others be hurt. If it was your daughter, hell, if it was you would want some help. I can totally understand people being deathly afraid of Diddy, especially after learning that with the T situation. T was Justin Combs' friend who was shot in the studio. And as I was reading the articles, y'all, I found out that Diddy may have allegedly contacted a news article and had them write a fake story about the incident. It's still up today. Imagine that. Imagine that times 10 for somebody who's intimately involved with him. We have to do better at calling out these things in our community so that these type of people cannot run amok and ruin people's lives and still live a great life themselves. And Destiny Payton. So I know everybody has seen the news of Destiny Payton of Love and Marriage Huntsville was arrested yet again. After we had saw she went to jail for fraud charges, identity theft, back in, I believe, January, December-ish. Alleged that her husband, LeBerick, is the one who pressed charges on her because she allowed a bill that she put in his name or he put in his name. She allowed that bill to go without being paid. It ended up on his credit report, and so he filed charges against her. That was the rumor around that time. I know Destiny Payton was saying that her case was dismissed only for it to come back around a second time. So there could be two things going on right now. This could be a separate case aside from the one that LeBerick tried to put against her earlier this year. Or, I know y'all remember when there were individuals coming out speaking against Madonna not paying them, allegedly. Could be them. Before I read this post from about January-ish, when Destiny was originally celebrating her charges being dismissed, this message actually sounds like somebody that knows LeBerick personally. And we know Destiny was in this group a while back. If you go to Facebook and type in her name, you'll see that she was once kicked out of one of the Love and Marriage Huntsville groups because she was picking fun at a woman's looks. The woman was picking at her, and Destiny decided to repost her picture and told her that you can't call anybody Destiny. There you have it. So we know that all these people be in these groups. I don't know why they pinpoint the millimeter so much. But anyways, here we go. To highlight this comment because it may be what Destiny is experiencing at this moment. So she says, that don't mean that it's dismissed. What it actually means is police department didn't have enough evidence to be charging her. So now the solicitor has a decision to make depending on what LeBerick says. She can, one, I want to say this meant, she meant to say he can, one, allow it to be dismissed or leave it alone, or two, take it to a grand jury so she can be indicted. The grand jury is the only one who can overturn the hearing decisions. These are facts that I have stated. Don't believe me, look up the court system and put it to work. I don't know what the hell that means. So y'all are definitely celebrating too soon. Now, mind you, this was posted back in January. She continued. She said, also, a hearing is given to anyone who has been arrested. Destiny's case, she turned herself in. Continues. The reason why is now the person who is prosecuting the case don't have to show up to the hearing according to law. So if the arresting officer or the officer in her case who filed the warrant don't show up for any reason, then they can have the case dismissed. The judge will say, is there anyone here from the state that wants to proceed with the case? Mind you, I just told you the law says solicitors don't have to be there anymore. So now that they're not there, the judge will say case dismissed. Then it go back to what I said before. What I got from it is, during the first case, LeBerick didn't have to be there because the law states he don't have to. Maybe there wasn't enough evidence for them to move forward with the identity charges, and they dismissed the chest on the merits that LeBarrett could pick up at a later date if he come up with more evidence. Flip side, I'm hearing that it could be contingent on the fact that Destiny was not paying her workers their money on time. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but this is now the second time she and Martell has been arrested that we know of. She don't seem two-faced to me because I just saw a video on her Instagram with her and Portia Williams and Yandy Smith. Let my people go. Y'all get the reference?
Warning, warning, warning.